Hi, this is Catherine from raisinghappychickens.com, and I'm going to be talking today about day one in the brooder. So this is the first day after the chicks have hatched. My chicks have all hatched at different times, but over a period of about 36 hours. So this is really what you want to see on the first day after hatch. It's a fairly quiet brooder. The chicks spend a lot of time sleeping at this point. You can see that some of them are just edging out to have a look at what's around. A large number of chicks who are all quite happy. Some of them are sleeping, some of them are getting up and wandering around. They all miss the heat when it's not there, and it's really important during the first week that you keep the heat source available to them. The Brinsea EcoGlow 50 that I'm using just sets the heat for me, so I don't need to do anything. I just keep the legs quite low at the moment because the chicks are so tiny, and there's no danger of them getting burnt because it's a radiant heat source. The only thing that you have to do during this first day is to make sure that they have water available and they have some food on the floor. Now, chicks can actually go for up to 72 hours without food, but I always make sure that there is some food in the brooder, even during the first day. And you'll see that some of the chicks, and these are ones that have hatched a longer time ago, are starting to experiment by pecking at the food. In the brooder, I've got underneath a rubber mat, and on top of that just some kitchen paper, and that does need to be cleared out quite frequently. So I'd say I clear this out maybe at this stage 3 or 4 times a day. That's just to make sure that it doesn't stay wet. Chicks, even at this very young age, have a great propensity to poop, so you need to make sure it's kept dry and clean, and you need to make sure that there's water available. Now, when I put the food down for them, all I do is sprinkle a bit on the kitchen roll, and the sound of the sprinkling, seed dropping, is enough to make them want to peck at it. That's exactly what a mother hen would do if they were under a broody. She'd drop some food in front of them and show them how to peck it. In terms of the water source, I use a product by the Chicken Fountain, which is a brooder bottle cap. So you can see that hanging up there is just an ordinary bottle. It's actually had sparkling water in it. And on the bottom of it is a brooder bottle cap. These are available from the Chicken Fountain. And if I just open the gates to show you, it's a nipple drinker that fits onto any bottle like that, or soda bottle. And as soon as the chicks come out of the incubator and go into the brooder, I just show them where that is. I tap their beaks against the nipple, and they get the idea very, very quickly. So these chicks, some of whom have only been hatched for a few hours, are already drinking from that bottle. Tomorrow I'll add another bottle because I've got a lot of chicks, and one bottle won't be enough for them once they start taking water. Now, on the other side of the brooder, you can see a blue cloth. I use a puppy pen as a brooder now because I've got a lot of chicks. It's high enough so that they can't fly out of it, but I need to make sure, particularly for the first couple of weeks, that there are no drafts coming in. New hatched chicks are very susceptible to drafts, and I make sure that there aren't any by just simply putting, this is actually a sheet, so I put a sheet underneath the pen and I raise it at the sides so that there's no draft. The pen's situated out of direct sunlight so the chicks won't get too hot. The sounds that you can hear are a very happy kind of cheeping, and that's what you want to hear. If you start to hear any very loud cheeping, it means there's something wrong, and that something needs to be looked at. But at the moment, all you need to do really is make sure that you have a heat source, that you have some chick feed available, and they do need chick feed, a starter feed, and that you have a water source. And then just leave the chicks alone. They will need to get a lot of sleep over the next day or so. So that is day 1 in the brooder.